Hey y'all, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you. Oh, let me get something to drink. I forgot to get me something to drink. I guess I'll drink a drink. What I got? Got me a Coke Zero from back there. Let me open it. Ooh. Let me say my grace and I'll tell y'all what I got. Heavenly Father, Lord, I thank you for this day. I thank you for my many blessings, God. I thank you for the food I'm about to receive, for the nourishment of my body. In Christ's name, amen. So today, y'all, I got some chicken and vegetable soup. I had 6 chicken wings, and I took them down and made some chicken and vegetable soup. And in it has chicken, chicken wings, onions, celery, carrots, squash, zucchini, and tomatoes. And I just made me some cheese toast on that low-carb bread. So, how y'all doing today? Let me put some of my little boy Frank's on here. What y'all having for dinner? Anyway, I forgot to put some red pepper flakes in this soup today. I was finishing up my work and I got up and put the chicken wings on. You know, don't take the vegetables no time. I love this soup, y'all. So, y'all, I was reading several things on Yahoo today, but I caught this article the other day. But I'm going to talk about the articles I read today. So, apparently, the Atlanta mayor was enforcing the mask wearing. She's enforcing it. Well, the governor of Georgia is suing her for that. I guess because he said he's not making anybody wear a mask. I don't know if that's changed. But if anybody from Georgia can say something about it, put it in the comments, because I'm like, what in the world? And you would think they would be on one accord. And why would you sue a mayor in one of your cities? And you the governor. That's the craziest thing I ever heard of. So I read something, and I guess I've been hearing it off and on about these soldiers, but I didn't equate them all to Fort Hood. And apparently they have found the 4th soldier outside of Fort Hood this year dead. And they saying that, you know, that base in Killeen is dangerous for soldiers. And of course, they got it under investigation. But it's like, I don't know what's going on. I couldn't quite get the heads or tails of it, but I'm saying if it's under investigation, all 4 of these soldiers had to be, they found the last one unresponsive at a lake or something like that, I think they said. But if all 4 of these soldiers were found outside the base, I'd be a little bit leery about even going outside the base. And is it some type of, are they being targeted? I don't think one in particular. I think one was a domestic abuse type situation. I don't know. Y'all, I was reading this, and I'm gonna get to this too. I said this before. I was reading this article in Chicago. They done apparently they were at a funeral. This has happened at a funeral. A car drove by and started shooting at the funeral guests. I guess they were coming outside the funeral, out after the funeral. I don't know. Several people were injured and shot. But apparently apparently several people at the funeral went to the funeral packing. They shot back at the people that shot at them from the car. They wouldn't say who the funeral was, right? So the car ended up crashing. And the people that was in the car that was doing the initial shooting that's opened fire in the first place got out and ran. So from what I can gather, they hadn't caught anybody. And why would you choose to do something like this at a funeral? I know they were going after the living. I don't even know what they were doing, to be honest with you. It makes you wonder the person, I don't know. I guess if you knew who the person was, if they died of natural causes or whatever, if this was some kind of related event, the shooting. But y'all, tell you, so many people have guns now, and it's just like people are they were on a short fuse anyway. So, I always say bullets can't see. I don't move fast enough, and even if I was a little bit sprouted and moved fast enough, I still am reluctant about going in stores now. Because bullets, like I said, they don't see. And people that's quick to shoot, and what you aim at, you might not be a good aim. Don't necessarily mean you're going to hit what you aiming at. And some people get killed all the time. It's just sad. Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about mental illness. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it's the Madrid of mental illnesses. And I'm only talking about this because of Kanye. I was listening to Gary with the T from the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, and he was saying he was bipolar. I guess Kanye's been diagnosed as bipolar. And I don't know if he's taking his medicine or if he's even, I'm sure if he's diagnosed, he's on some type of medication. People said that Kanye ain't been right, and I had attributed that to his mother's death. But he may have very well been bipolar before his mother passed. I mean, is that something that's developed maybe because of an emotional trauma or something like that? But he goes into these tirades. Now, I do think for some reason that Kim does love him to some extent. I don't know, but because she has tried to adhere to some of the things he wanted. He asked her to stop dressing so provocatively. Stop doing this and stop doing that with the cheer. And she had stopped doing some of it, So when he got to start trying to get a relationship with Christ. But I think Kanye, even when he's not in his manic stage, it's something wrong with him anyway. That I hope he gets help for and pray he gets help for. But I don't know, he seems like a nice enough guy when he got himself together. I don't know. But I was reading a lot of comments on this one thing I was watching on TikTok about him. And people were saying, just because you're bipolar don't mean you're lying when you're in your manic state. So is there any truth to some of the stuff he's saying? Who knows? And apparently it must have been because I guess Kim got mad at him for telling that she was going to abort. And I think people go through that, but she didn't do it, so. North, apparently. He said he saved his daughter's life. I don't know. Yeah. I just hope he gets himself some help. Because now they have 4 children here. Regardless of what anybody thinks of him, his kids need him. So hopefully he gets himself some help to, so he can be around for his kids. Even if the marriage with him and Kim does not work out. I can tell y'all I was watching something about, and it's something, and that's what I'm like, if he was bipolar, right, I'm going to say this. And I'm saying this because I was watching LaGuardia Cross, and his wife suffers with depression, clinical depression. And they share their story. And you can go to his channel now, and he's sharing some stuff. I just admire them so much for being so open and honest about what they go through. You know, I'm sure they don't share 100%, but the fact that they share any of it. So I'm like, if Kanye is truly bipolar, or maybe he was just on his medication good when he was pursuing Kim, or whatever, but did she notice any type of signs of his? Because I don't recall Kanye going off the deep end when they were dating before he got married. So, and I brought up LaGuardia Cross for a reason. So it would be interesting if she knew beforehand. Now, LaGuardia Cross, like I was saying, I was just listening to his video the other day, and he was saying how he knew his wife had suffered with depression before when they was dating. So she was honest. And before he got married, right? And they had already talked about having kids. And he said they had found this medication. He said that she had been in a treatment facility, a 30-day, she's in a 30-day treatment now. And he was talking about how the insurance really don't cover but like 15 or 20% of it. But he said she had been through this before. And they had finally found a medication that stabilized her. And they did well for 2 years, you know. He said they got so bad they were talking about, at one point, you know, ending their marriage. And oh, excuse me. But they had talked about it beforehand, having kids and stuff. And so they, of course, had decided to have kids. And whatever the drug makeup of whatever, you know, I guess that hormonal situation with the babies, her having the 2 daughters, threw her off. And that medication stopped working for her. So now they're just trying to figure out a medication that, you know, can work for her, because she just wants to be well. And she's making an effort to be well. So I'm like, is Kanye making an effort to be well? Because he said something about Kim wanted to lock him up. Kim and Chris, I guess. Which may be a good thing if he would put himself in treatment for a while. But the saddest part about LaGuardia, but I think his wife is doing the right thing. She said she was telling her daughter she wanted to be, the oldest daughter, Amala, she wanted to be a better mommy. And, you know, children don't understand. And she said, you're already a better mommy. And that just kind of made me cry. You know, but her mother's doing the right thing to go get help to get well. So, y'all pray for that family. I don't know if any of y'all deal with that, a family member, or deal with something yourself. But there's nothing wrong with getting help if you need it. And people that sometimes don't understand, that don't go through that, or don't have a family member, sometimes you may think about what other people may think. But I'd rather see somebody well, whether people understand it or not. You get help if you need it. I don't know. I know people go through a lot with, you know, birth and stuff, but some people just have, they could be fine women and they can go to a depressed state in a minute, and it's just something they can't get up off of them, apparently. And like I said, everybody goes through sad times. I have. But I don't know what type of situation will lead you to that. I think about oftentimes the people that go through PTSD, that has had some type of horrific thing happen in their life, and they you know, start having issues. Could you imagine being like stationed in Iraq, and or I'm just going to use this as an example, or any type of war situation, or even a police officer situation, or medical workers. I can't imagine what these nurses go through. And you see death, but especially not so much, but if you see violent death constantly, or if you're a part of it, of having to, you know, I know that's what you sign up for, but signing up for something on paper and actually committing the act or seeing the act day in and day out, seeing people that are serving with you having to face that type of stuff, or seeing them, you know, lose their lives to violence. That's something totally different. You know, and you can say all you want from the sidelines, being a sideline quarterback, so to speak. I don't know. Oh, anyway. Y'all, I was reading today, too. I'm not a football fan at the least, but I was reading about, you know, Washington, they were named Washington Redskins, right? And apparently they're going to change the name. And so it's a temporary name until they think of a name. They're going to call themselves the Washington Football Team. Okay. I don't know. What y'all think about that? What you think about that? You know, this soup was so good. Now, you don't have to use wings. You can use whatever part of the chicken you want to use. I just happen to have those 6 wings in a freezer bag in the front of the freezer, so. That's what I got out. I made myself that cauliflower fried rice I told you I was gonna make. And I ate that for my first meal of the day. It was good. I put shrimp in it. I don't have any more shrimp. But it was so good, I'm gonna get me some more stuff from the store. No sooner as I said I wasn't going back to the store no time soon, I'm gonna get me some more stuff from the store to make me some next week too. It's the only one I feel like going to the store. I really ain't got enough. Can y'all believe I let a cucumber go bad? I had an English cucumber in it. And I said, I forgot I had it. I had bought 2. Well, y'all, that thing was soft and mushy. I had to throw it away. I went to get an onion to cut up for the soup and the celery out of the drawer. And I went over there because, you know, I had just started buying canned goods up. Because I didn't have a whole lot of canned vegetables. You know, I buy tomatoes, of course, when this pandemic hit. I was over there, and I used the canned mushroom. I was over there on my little rack. I'm like, what is all over here? I got tomatoes here. I don't have no type of organization. I need to get organized. This weekend, I'm really going to try to I'll leave that juice down in there. I'm really gonna try to start throwing some stuff out. I got some clothes I need to take to the Goodwill. I've lost this weight and this stuff is just too big for me. And I really was, so I need to get rid of that because I don't want to have to move nothing from this house that I don't have to. Ain't no need of me taking, but I'm going to end up doing it anyway because I got some containers with stuff in it. I probably wait till I move. Now, I ain't moving right today, but I'm getting started to prepare myself to move because I am decided to go on and try to get moved. I'm gonna go on with the surgery, I guess, and try to get myself into my home before then, something where it's flat and I can walk from my garage to my house, hopefully. So y'all keep me in your prayers. I'm hoping within the next 3-4 months that I'll be able to do the darn thing. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for joining me. You know I was all over the place talking about this, that, and the third today. Like that's anything new. Y'all, I was watching this challenge, right? Y'all know I don't really do challenges over here. But it was so funny, and I just remember when I tried to do an ASMR before. She was on the channel, right? All Things Lolly. She was on the channel, and I was like, she had to eat for 15 minutes and not talk. And y'all, I tried before and I couldn't shut up. But y'all let me know if y'all want me to try that. I might try that again and try to be quiet. All you do now, you ain't gonna see nothing. I ain't gonna be talking. I'm just gonna be eating. So, I don't know, y'all. But anyway, I want y'all to know y'all love. Thank you for joining me. As always, I love you, but God truly loves you the most. Remember to always be kind to yourself and others. Be joyful and be blessed. Love you much. Bye.